Hey, y'all, welcome to Wizards Outlook, man. We had a little pregame chat before we got started. I can only imagine
Woo.
how would you feel, how you may feel if you were in fact a fan. If you are a fan of the sport, a fan of the league, it was a little tough to watch. For Washington to almost do that many things right, and in a quarter for it all to go left was nuts. Cardell, as you mentioned, they held them under 30 points for 3 to 4 quarters a night, which is huge for them. We've seen some of the numbers they've given up on a nightly basis through these first 11 games or whatnot. But once again, is that fourth quarter. To give up 39 in the fourth, which means think about how much of a lead you had. You gave up 39 in the fourth to lose by 3. You got outscored by 16 in the final period to lose by 3. But I'm gonna give you first crack at it. But Charlotte, credit to Charlotte, they rallied and they held off Washington late 1-7 for the 117-114 win. Big game from LaMelo Ball, Miles Bridges with the hell of a game for Charlotte, and then Mark Williams with a double. Bryce McGowan's stepped up for Charlotte too off their bench. For Washington, Gaff had a nice rebound performance the last time that they had played Charlotte. Mark Williams went nuts. Gaff at least kind of canceled him out this game. Gaff had 15 and 16, so shout out to him for that. Kuz finished with 28, 9 and 10. Poole with 24 and 6. But Cardell, what happened in this? You want to start the second half or fourth quarter specifically?
I'm just gonna get to it, man. The fourth quarter, they fell apart in the fourth quarter. They couldn't stop LaMelo Ball. He started going crazy. He had a couple threes, and they got the ball rolling. You know what I mean? He's done this pretty much every time they played. He may score here and there, but he's kind of, going between being a true point guard, getting his or whatnot throughout the first 3 quarters. In the fourth quarter, he gets aggressive, and he turns it on. And in the fourth quarter, he literally owned that quarter. Him and Miles Bridges, with help from Mark Williams cleaning up the glass and, scoring inside. But it was all LaMelo Ball in the fourth quarter. He dictated and controlled the game, and he ultimately won the game. He had 12 points and 7 assists in the quarter. He had 12 points and 7 assists in the quarter, man. And played every minute of that quarter, and they won by 3. A lot of his assists was to Bridges and to Mark Williams. He had a couple standalone threes as well as Bridges did as well. The defense, and that's just you. LaMelo Ball scouting them and understand that, like, I can get my shot off at any time. Tyus is too small, and Poole, self-explanatory. You know what it is. Matador defense. It's just, I hate to not talking ish or whatever is known now. Everybody's saying that he doesn't play defense at all. So he's confident he can get his, which is the main reason why I'm gonna get everybody else involved and let them do their thing, and we'll go from here. Now, Poole tried to answer with 9 points in the quarter by itself, but you can't outscore an opposing team on a home court when they got it going. LaMelo Ball is the best player on the floor, so you can't go blow for blow, and he has the green light. Whereas you got to show, dude, you're going to have to stop him because he's the point guard. He's always going to have the ball. You have to find a way to stop him. You have to take something away. This is my biggest thing with the Wizards. They don't take anything away. They don't take – when you're playing defense, especially against a great player, man, great scorer, you're just going to have to make jumpers over me. You're not getting to the line and you're not getting to the cup. I'm taking something away. They take nothing away. You see what I'm saying? LaMelo Ball got whatever, and he made sure everybody else got theirs as well. That was on the floor, especially Bridges and stuff. It just can't happen, man. The thing is, man, for 3 quarters, they played well to win this game. It took a damn near 40-point quarter for Charlotte to win by 3. And even with that being said, you still had your chances. Kuz had a big block. Jordan Poole gathers the ball. Just hold the ball. Let's go up and get a good shot. This is what kills them at the end of the games. They don't play smart. Let's get a good shot. He tries to dribble between 2 dudes. He gets stripped. Miles Bridges gathers. Koulibaly takes the charge. He scores. And it's just that's a deflating moment. Then even the last possession of the game, Kuz, trying to clear space. Fine, you've been making good decisions. Okay, let's see what you do with it. Fumbles the ball. That's key right there. Like, Tyus, come get this motherfucker and get us in something. You know what I'm saying? But no, he comes. They come with two extra defender. He throws up a Hail Mary 3 like on cue. Not a smart shot. It was just a hero shot. And for what? That was a bad shot, man. Like, you don't need those shots. You can get that shot literally anytime. It's a reason for that. It's a bad shot. You bet the defense like, good. Hey, he with us. Thank you. And if you hit it, I mean, it's one of those Jones like coach and then you hit it, you be like, all right, cool. But it's not like we live with that shot. No coach is drawing up a shot like that unless it's like 0.2, 0.3 seconds left on the clock. You see what I'm saying? When you have no choice. So he played excellent, man. Kuz was balling, man. I love what he's been doing the last 2 games. He's been facilitating early, and he's been playing chess and getting his within the flow. But you got to finish like that. You see what I'm saying? It's a reason why they're saying it's not about what you do, man. You know, through the majority of the game, it's the last 2-3 minutes that matters. And you got to be able to make those same plays you was making for the first 45 minutes and the last 3 minutes. That's how you pull out these close games. That's how you get your fair share of wins, and that's how you stop this losing streak that y'all are on, man. It's not that hard, man. Like, bro, Kuz ball, man. It's not, except for that last minute of some change, man. Look, man had 28, 10, and 9. 28, 10, and 9 on 54% shooting from the field, 50% shooting from deep. Like, he was hooping. It's nothing. Gafford, man. Gafford ball 15 and 16. He redeemed himself from what happened in the last game when Mark Williams came in there. He was looking like Moses Malone / Wilt in this joint, man, in DC. He came back and outplayed the young boy. And he had a monster double-double. You see what I'm saying? Like, Jordan Poole had 24, but it's an inefficient 24, man. 38% from the field, man. He got to get that up around 45 plus. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know he's getting good shots, man. You know, it just is what it is, man. So outside of that, you know, you had guys that just did what they're supposed to. They did their job. You know what I'm saying? Spurs, they did well enough for you to be in position to win the game, man. But on Charlotte's side, the lack of defense and most of these points, think about it. Melo scored 12 points. LaMelo scored 12 of his 34 in the fourth. And I think Miles Bridges scored 11 of his 33 in the fourth. Hold on. Let me just be factual. I'm not going to guess it. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I was right. He scored 11. He scored 11 of his total of his 33 in the fourth. And he was 4 or 5 from the field. Miles Bridges didn't feel a thing. 2 or 3 from deep. He didn't feel anything. He didn't feel any resistance. And whatever they missed, Mark Williams cleaned up. He had 8 and 8 in the fourth quarter. He had 8 and 8 in the fourth quarter, man. Like, it literally came down to who played smarter down the stretch, and Charlotte did, because they had the best player on the floor, and that's LaMelo Ball. He made smarter decisions, and that's how they were able to win. And it's getting old, man, because this is what bad teams do. They could play good for 45, 46 minutes, and then they implode in the last 2 and lose a game they should have won. Or they win every quarter for the first 3 quarters. Then the fourth quarter, it just go to hell, man. Like, you can't make this up. 39 to 23. 39. You give up a 40-point quarter. And we all know when y'all give up 40-point quarters, the Wizards, you lose. There's no in between. It's over. So the fact that they're doing it for, 3 quarters, why even against the Bucks, they was hanging in there. The fact that they can do it lets me know whatever the coaching staff is telling them to do, it's working. It's good strategy. It's good adjustments. But the leaders on the team, the Kuz, the so-called leaders, the Kuz and the Pools, they got to play smarter, or the L's going to keep piling up, man. Like, this is on them. Everybody else doing their job. They're doing what they're supposed to do to put the team in position to win. It's their job to close the game out and seize the W. But you can't seize W when the other team stars are playing smarter than you. So it's on them. As much as hell of a game, Kuz and the numbers that Poole put up to put them in a position to win, you could say they wouldn't be in position to win that game without them. You could say also just as much, y'all the reason why they lost the game, man. And that's what's tough, man. Because the guys are competing. They're competing well enough the last 2 games to win this game, where y'all honestly could be on a 2-0 winning streak. And then we talking about something good. You know what I mean? So, that's my take from it. It's just man, that last minute or so, man, it was just crazy, man.
Yeah, going back to that last minute, they scored. They're within one. There's 28 seconds left, and they fouled immediately. Like if West had hair, it looked like he was going to pull it out. And the worst, like it wasn't the rookie that made the mistake. I'm pretty sure that message was conveyed, or at least you've played enough in the league to know. With 28 seconds down one, that's a full shot clock. You get a stop, secure the rebound, got a timeout left, advance the ball, you keep it going. If you get a stop and it's a live ball, turnover, even better. But it was 28 seconds left. Those are those things, Carter, you're talking about making good decisions, being smart down the stretch. Things of that nature. You can't do that. Good teams don't do that. You just don't do that in that moment. And then that was coupled with what you talked about a little bit ago with that last possession that resulted in the Hero 3. They just have to make better decisions. And those decisions, because they don't have a large margin for error, it costs them nights like this. It's been costing them this year, period. As a whole, we see routinely other teams, even when Wizards get leads, kind of like settle down and start doing the right thing and walk back into games routinely. This is another game Washington had a double-digit lead in. Of course, I'm not saying as soon as you get a double-digit lead, the game is over, but you had a double-digit lead in. You had them kind of on the ropes. And instead it turned into, brother, put up 39 in that final quarter. It's crazy. Absolutely nuts. And they don't have too much time. You know, you got the holidays tomorrow, whatnot. Then the team they saw a couple nights ago, you're in Milwaukee on Friday. Return home on Saturday to take on the Hawks. You're on mute.
Nah, I was just saying, yeah, man. It's a damn shame that the season will be over by the end of November. Right. And you know what's frustrating? I keep saying it, man. Look, we ain't expecting them to be in the playoff. I'm just being honest. We didn't expect that. But you can compete for the play-in if you just play smarter. Play defense and play smarter. You see what I'm saying? And you could make it competitive. Like the last two games, what if they've been playing like this the whole season? Now the city can get behind you, try to give you that push when you at home. And so that's something to cheer for. Not like what we saw against the Knicks. That's like, dog, that's what I was spending my night. I could have been home. I could be out, this DC. I could be out in the club enjoying myself. I got better stuff I could do than come. I spend money for this. So they gotta do some real soul searching, man. Because this right now, I know it's an old saying that, the championship experience, man, the culture, you know how to win, the know-how and all that, man. But you're seeing the difference between the guys who are wrong for the ride and the guys who actually established the culture, who drove the bus. Like, it's a real thing. It's a difference. It's levels. And these guys really, like, if you didn't know anything about basketball, and I told you they won championships before they won championship teams and played a big role in those championship teams, nobody will believe it that don't follow basketball. They won't believe it. I'm like, get out of here. You can't tell me that. Not the way not when I'm watching. And that's not a good thing, obviously, man. You supposed to set the tone where everybody else supposed to fall in line, like that's what it takes. That's what it takes. That's what it takes. And the way how they're not playing smart. And like if Kuz is back in LA with LeBron and AD and all those guys, he won't be taking those shots. He wouldn't. You can't say he wouldn't because he did with Golden State, but that's when Curry sat his ass down with the quickness. You see what I'm saying? And then you will see obviously Steph, Clay, Wiggs, Dre, and Loon finish games. So you won't even have the time. You won't even be in position and have the opportunity to make dumb decisions to cost us the game, to cost us the championship. You see what I'm saying? It's just, look, man, bad shots, the turnovers at the key points, the lack of execution defensively, man, it's just it's a head scratcher and just make you want to shake your head all the time. It's like if these are things that are correctable. Like I say, it would be one thing they don't have the talent. Like, yo, man, you just ain't got the talent. You ain't got the athleticism. Dudes ain't got the skill. It is what it is. But y'all right there. Where if y'all make a couple plays, just make smarter decisions. The whole y'all in 2-12 right now, it wouldn't be that. Y'all might be around 500 or something like that, a little slightly below 500, and trying to figure out how we can get above it. It's a totally different vibe, totally different thing.
Oh, you're right.
Where we correct a couple things, we good. Now it's like, no, it's a lot we gotta look at. Come on, man. It's
13, 14 games in this year. Like, shouldn't be. No reason for it to be. Player of the game, I think you mentioned it several times already. LaMelo Ball made this very simple. X Factor, Miles Bridges also made this very simple. You broke it down specifically. We talk about the totality of the damage they did tonight. And you mentioned it specifically, individually in the fourth quarter, what they did. 12, 11. So they had 23 to 39 that quarter.
23 of the 39.
And then Mark Williams had 8.
and LaMelo had 7 of their 11 assists. 7 of their 11 assists in that quarter. Mm-hmm. That's why I say he dominated that full quarter. He literally willed that team to a win, man. And that's what I mean by his levels. He was the best player on the floor, and he closed the game out like he was.
All right, we'll get to some of these comments before we get out of here, and then everybody enjoy their holiday tomorrow. We'll start with PXPX. Coach, champion in losing games. What is the logic? 7 minutes at the end of the game to take out Denny till the end of the game. So many games to lose in the last quarter.
Well, you could say that, but let me go to the second half and see what Denny was doing. Just bear with me. Sometimes people can lose sight. So this is what Denny did in the second half. He played 12 minutes and 53 seconds, almost 13 minutes. He was 1 for 3, 3 rebounds, 2 points. He was guarding Miles Bridges. He was, I know he was switching, but he was guarding either Miles Bridges or at times LaMelo Ball. Both of those brothers had 20 in the second half. Both of them had 20 in the second half. You're not scoring. You're not stopping anybody. What is the coach supposed to do? But you got this young bull that's going to press 94 feet, and he's going to always give you at least minimal defense.
And this also isn't something new. Several times last year, anytime Denny had a rough night, and we know he takes on a lot some nights and having to stop good players, but that's his role. That's part of what goes with it. When he's having an off night and it's on both ends, minutes are usually a little low. Blizzy Baby said this team, man, 10-72 this season. My prediction, you got it.
Hey, man, can't really argue right now.
I'm not gonna fight back. Just reading that is a lot for me at the moment. They play good, but still means nothing without a win. Yeah. I think, as Ray's not here, but something he said several times, it's the winnable games where this hurts. The Milwaukee's, man, cool. Like that's like in my mind, that's house money. The Boston's house money. You're resetting, rebuilding, retooling. Those people are trying to win a championship. Y'all on two totally different timelines and realities. Those games I'm not tripping that hard of. Obviously, I don't want you to lay down and just get pummeled, but it's the winnable ones. It's these. You go up double digits against another team that's under 500. Not supposed to lose these. I didn't see the game, but I'm guessing the same old story. from what I did following along, seems like y'all got y'all wish Bilal played over Denny instead of with them, which makes no sense at this point. I think Cardell kind of talked on that specifically in the second half in this game. Also wanted to say, don't worry, boys, it's all going according to plan. Make the trade pieces look good, then get them picks.
You forget the other team got a one.
Jamil Lesson, tough when fellas can't really explain. Like,
what's up, Jamil? Yeah, it's a lot of toughness.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's too many of them.
You in the building like us for a lot of them, dog. It hurt. I mean, it's frustrating, man.
Yeah. And it doesn't get any better. The next two games, it does not get any better.
You know what it's like, bro? I know you don't have kids. It's like when you know your kids know better and they still do dumb shit. That's how I feel watching the Wizards. And you just want to whoop their ass, man. You know, like that's where you want to go. I'm just keeping it a buck, man. And I know the coaching staff got to be frustrated because it's like, they're not telling y'all to do these things. They can't be. They can't. They're not saying, cool, shoot over two defenders, like 6 seconds left, man. They're not saying that. But I do, and obviously I'm not on the sideline. I wonder if they did say get the ball to Tyus, but Cool's waving them off because he was waving somebody off that was ready to come get the ball. I don't quite know if it was Gav coming for the screen. I trust Tyus to make a smart decision because that's what's keeping him in the league. He's always done that since high school. He's a smart-ass, cerebral, set-up point guard, traditional point guard. He would give them a good shot. Like, why are they so – and that's how Tyus, come on, dog. Yo, let's run a play. I'm going to come off, give me a good shot. And then if not, you got Tyus that could break down, make something happen. I don't understand that. You gotta for real, an elite setup guy, one of the best assist turnover ratios in the league. Give him the ball and let him make decisions. What's the point of having him on the team if he can't make the decision, dog? I just don't understand this, man. They're making it harder it has to be.
Routinely on a nightly basis, especially when games go down the stretch. And we'll see him have the ball at times, possessions work out. And yeah, try it. Try letting him have the ball and setting folks up.
Like, dog, in the second half, he had 5 assists, 0 turnovers. That's what he does. He don't look final. What do you have? Looking at Tyus Jones. He had 13 points, 7 assists, 0 turnovers. 0.
And the sad part is with those two dudes, with Poole and Goose, it's probably honestly easier having them come off ball, off in action, getting into what they need to get into. Should make things way more simpler. Area 11, he said, I will say I don't think people realize how hard it is to try to stop a star player when your teammates can't guard anybody. Even Bilal has struggled.
Yeah, I mean, you have a point. You know what I mean, Bilal is supposed to struggle at times. He's a rookie. Like, these are literally his first time going up and dealing with this, playing back-to-backs, playing against Giannis or Chris Middleton and Dame in the same job. You know, like, he's learning on the fly, but his foundation is strong. Once he gets the full experience, he's going to know exactly what to do, and he's going to be far more consistent. But you expect rookies to make a mistake. You don't expect veterans to look like they never played basketball before on the defensive end. That's the difference. And at least he's going to give you effort. You see what I'm saying? Denny, we all know about Denny, man. When he's not in his own head, he's a quality player. When he gets in his own head, you don't know what you might get.
Oh, you say he meant Denny and Bilal as well.
Yeah,
when they're out there, just But
that's why I brought up Denny. I'm like, when he's not in his own head, he's a quality player. But when he does get in his head, you don't know what you're gonna get, man. And then that's the first way because they're those two especially are supposed to be anchors on defense on the perimeter. You know, but they've had their fair share of wins too. But I don't think look, sometimes you're gonna get busted up. That's just part of the game. Mm-hmm. Just like if you're a great scorer, sometimes you're not gonna be able to hit nothing. It's just part of the game, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but with that being said, they still had a chance to win. That does not excuse them for giving up damn near 40 in the final quarter and losing this game.
So I meant, what's it called? If both, again, going back to this, if both LaMelo and Miles had 10 plus in the fourth, right, you had them in a decent place before the fourth. But you had to close the game out.
Mm-hmm.
You had them in a relatively decent place. And again, I think we do our best to be realistic. I don't expect Washington's defense all of a sudden pitch a shutout and put those two in hell to where they couldn't do anything. But you had them in a decent place, which allowed you to have a double-digit lead. You just had to maintain and not be. And again, we keep talking about that end of the floor because it keeps being the biggest thing holding them back. They cannot generate enough stops, especially late, to go on big runs or maintain big runs. I've said it before, conservative guards don't work here. Michael Kirksey said, always blowing leads, get stops, get good offensive sets. I think Cardell touched on that. Some of the things in terms of get good offensive sets. Man, let your table setter set the table. Just like let your table setter set the table.
Because think about it. Look, Kuz and Poole have had plenty of opportunities to go one-on-one and deliver. They rarely came through. So let the traditional point guard set y'all up. Then we can live with it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need 3. Fine. How many seconds was left before he shot that? Because he let the clock run down real. It had to be double digits, like 14 or something like that. All right. You ain't even really have to go for 3 there. You could have went for 2 and fouled, and see what happens. Then when there's absolutely no other choice, you go for the 3 if necessary. So come on now, it's just, hey man, it's on them. Like we keep saying, it's on them. I can't even look at the staff because the staff got them in position to win. Whatever they're doing, telling them adjustments, they have a chance to win in the fourth quarter. It's the players making silly decisions and stuff, not executing, that's costing them games.
Michael Kersey asked, was this guy's best game as a Wizard?
I don't know. It's up there. He had a monster game.
I think it's the best win this season so far. I don't know.
But in his career, I don't know. But yeah, 15 and 16. Yeah, only negative for me, my man, you got to block shots. You jump way too high to not be blocking shots, and that's why LaMelo attacked. That's why Bridges attacked. They went in.
Oh, sorry, I had that one.
That's why they attacked. They went to the lane because even though he's bouncy, you can be bouncy all you want, but if you're not an effective shot blocker, why would I be scared of you?
I mean, you're right. We saw it down the stretch. LaMelo was taking floaters and runners comfortably in the paint at times. Kuz should have accepted the challenge to check Miles, says Michael Kirksey. He then brings up Poole's 8 for 21.
Yeah, come on, that's what I'm saying, man. Like that almost don't even count. You damn near it's a shot for every point. You know what I'm saying? That's not good. Man.
And the thing is folks do have inefficient nights, but you can't both be inefficient, not be present on defense, and then down the stretch also not be there. LaMelo did not shoot efficiently. Like it wasn't a great night efficiency-wise by LaMelo. However, when we're talking about how this game ended, who are we talking about? We can't talk about how this game ended without talking about him.
Yeah, man. Fine, he didn't shoot the ball efficiently, but like I said, fourth quarter, he had 7 assists. Hold on, let me check this out. 7 assists and 1 turnover in the fourth quarter. Bing, that's deadly efficient.
Yeah, winning time. Yeah. And why were they in winning time? Again, you talk about Kuz with the defender. Look, man, I almost threw my mouse. I think it was a step back 3 by Miles Bridges, and he just stepped back and watched him, and I was like, bro, what are we doing?
Well, you know what I say. If you can move on offense, your ass can move on defense.
Yep.
You just got to be locked in and study tendencies and stuff, and just be sound fundamentally. And normally, guys that get like antsy and they reach and have bad fouls or they're out of position, it's because they're nervous. Just like on offense, you get nervous if you don't work on your jumper, and it comes time for you to shoot. You're nervous because you're not confident in that. It's the same thing on defense. If you're not working, doing defensive slides, watching film, studying guys' tendencies, working on closeouts, communicating, really having a grasp of what the coaches want you to do, how to execute that on that end of the floor, you're going to be nervous. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to gamble. Because you know it's coming. Like when they like LaMelo bring the ball up and he starts sizing you up and slow walking into a move or something like that, they get antsy and all that. And then that's when you get crossed up and stuff because you're trying to anticipate. Whereas when you put the work in behind the scenes and you ready, you calm. You just waiting. Like, look, wherever you go, I'm gonna be right there. So you gonna have to call the screen to come and get off me, and I'm still gonna get around that. Like I'm gonna be in your shit all day because you're prepared. So that's on them, man.
I'm gonna read these last few. Kirksey's going off the defense, and I can't get mad at you, man. Appreciate you all. That comment, obviously. Where you are at, I ain't letting nobody just have their way in crunch time. I'm gonna try. 11 said that's not the type of alpha Kuz is. If I'm top dog, I ain't let nobody get at me or my guys and slide my feet till they blow the whistle for a foul. Be an interesting way of going about it. Everyone does it. Like, bro, where your will. Defense is really about wanting it.
There's nothing you said that's wrong, bro. There's nothing you said that's wrong because there's other teams in the league that do it with far more room for error.
Bro, sliding them. Teams with technically worse defenders, willing to slide. I think it was the most bizarre thing to me from Area 11 sees that some of our players don't register as defenders to opposing teams. They look at them like practice drill dummies.
Oh, man, they don't work on it like that. That's the sad part. They just don't. You know, the league don't really even. They don't even practice like that. Like, man, you could say defense is 1-2 as well, but I always tell people, man, it's a lot more. I can 1-2 all I want. I could be out there, but all I'm gonna do is me in foul trouble, man. Just getting in people and they just baiting me and stuff. It's discipline. You gotta be fundamentally sound, man. You really got to study the game, man. You really got to dissect your opponents. Like, you're not even just on film, because even from the film you watched from last game, they can work on some the next couple of days that they coming with and you don't know. So I'm gonna watch you in warm-ups. I'm watching you if I'm a reserve and I'm not in the game. I'm watching you. When I'm on the floor, I'm seeing what you're trying to do and stuff like that. Like, you're constantly locked in. That's what I mean by locking in. It's the same thing, like the same approach on offense where you got to dissect the defense to try to score or make the play. You got to do that defensively to try to stop the other team from scoring and making a play. That's why both ends are equally important. And I emphasize defense the most because you don't need to push a lot of players to score. Every damn near 95% of players want to score. They don't need no help with that. They're motivated, trust me. But to get stops, man, you damn near gotta go get a crane, pull these dudes out of bed on the court. Like, put a gun in their head. Like, you don't get this stop, it's over, man. Like, don't play with me. It's damn near like that for some players, man. So, yeah, y'all can say take the challenge, but man, we in the social media era with way stuff go viral. They don't want to be on that screen, man. They're fully aware of what can happen. They should. And that's why you got to respect the defenders, the Patrick Beverleys, the Draymonds, the Herb Jones, the Jalen McDaniels, man, I don't give a man who I got. They walk on the court like, who I got him? Cool. And they up in. Same mental toughness you need to be a killer and hit those dagger shots. It's the same mental toughness on the other side to stop those guys that can hit those daggers and hit those shots. Same thing.
Not one lie was told. PXPX said in the last quarter, Bilal and Denny had to be played together for defensive purposes. Or the folks that are in the game can do their part. Like, they're getting paid. Like, this also what goes with being the top guys on the team. Like, when it's other guys of maybe higher ilk, bigger names, when they don't get it done, don't nobody got time for this. Y'all failed. Why? Why didn't you do better? Don't ask those questions. There's not context thrown in. And yeah, I'm sure at some point Washington would love to have Bilal and Denny together on the floor. But Bilal and Denny aren't the highest paid players on the team at this point. It is what it is. So about defensively, the Wizards of Combs. Kersey said at least the dummy's going to be in the way. Wizards just say, hey, score so we can try to score. Facts, same intensity on defense like offense. It goes a long way. No way I'm going to be comfy getting cooked every night. Hey, everybody's different.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, everybody's different.
Personally, I'm too competitive for that. If you competitive, you ain't come down here. You ain't coming down here to do that. And Kobe said the best quote. He's like, he hate being scored on, even by some that they say are unguardable. He said, I don't buy that. They were just hot today. He said, fuck that. Cool their ass off, man. Cool their ass off, man. Cool them off. That ain't no excuse. They how we gonna cool them off, man. And that's the mentality you gotta have, man. If you want to win and be playing well into the spring, April, May, and possibly June, you're not getting that far without playing defense.
What's it going? They're not getting out the first 2 months right now because of it. It's right there, night after night. It is not an offensive issue. It's right there. It's right there. It's that simple. Miles Bridges just got back to the league and put 33 and 11 up.
But you see how he played? He played hungry. He played like a dude that was out the league and almost saw his career gone flashing before his eyes. And he played like that, but he always played with that type of intensity. Now it's going to be on steroids because he won't get back. Think about it. He was up for a $100 million contract before all that drama happened. And he's not going to get that back because of the new CBA unless he kills. Unless he really leave chalk outlines out there. So he's on a mission. And the way he can do that, come back and kill, and Hornets make the playoffs.
That's it. So that's why you can't have your two highest paid players be scorers. Tell them they're the guys. All scorers don't just not do anything on that end. You just got to hold folks accountable. Like it is what it is.
Kevin Durant, the best scorer in the league. He played defense. He'll guard 1 through 5.
But matter of fact, they beat Utah the other night because he blocked Lauri Markkanen's shot. But
he's the best scorer in the game, and he'll do it. Steph has gotten better defensively over the last few years, and he's older. Put weight on and everything so he could hold up. Did a hell of a job with De'Aaron Fox in the year last summer when they was going head to head. Early this year when they went head to head, and obviously in their championship run. I can look, man. I can go down the line of superstars. When Kawhi is healthy and really on his game, we all know how he get down on the defensive man. So I can give you all types of superstars. Dude, the greatest player of all time, Michael Jordan. Oh, you had to see him on both ends. And it was bad. That's 36-6 in all NBA. No, my bad. Defensive player of the year, leading the league in steals, 200 blocks, 200 steals, 100 blocks in a season. That you getting that, and that's why he's the GOAT. And you getting that year in, year out, and he's doing it for all 82 plus the playoffs. And then he turns it up in the playoffs, dog. So I don't want to hear the excuses, man. I've seen the absolute cream of the crop in history do it. Go ask and do
it. And again, just going back to the opportunity, man. They had a big opportunity. The two of them had a hell of an opportunity here. Hell of an opportunity. Hell of an opportunity. I'm going to put a couple more up, Cardell. Get out of here. Talk about Miles, obviously. Just talk about those two. Look, man, them two, you highest paid. It comes with it. You can see the guys we want to see play together, like the young guys who actually care about defense. It's sports, man. Sometimes that stuff works itself out. And you might not like the way it works itself out. I'm sure y'all would like to see this under better circumstances with a better record, but it's going to find its way there. You get big bucks, not just for points, but the win at least. Say, watch out, that's a real leader. Even if you get cooked, accept the challenge. I miss them type of alphas in DC. I am not mature enough to comment on that. So, at all.
Exactly.
Hey, we appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a great holiday. We will see y'all Friday and Saturday this week. So y'all have a great holiday. We'll get at y'all, man.
All your turkeys. Don't blow up your house, man.
Man, please. Very, very safe. Safe holidays for y'all. All right, y'all.